When most folks find a penny in a parking lot or on a sidewalk, they don't give it a second thought. They just walk right on by the penny and just think of it as it being insignificant. But not to me. You see, pennies have great value to me. It's not so much the value of the penny as far as the dollar, but it's the sentimental value of the penny when I find one. I guess my ritual of hunting for pennies started about 4 years ago after I was involved in an automobile accident. I was on my way home from work late one Friday afternoon, and I had pulled up to a red light and I had stopped. I was in the right lane, and in the left lane was a white pickup truck. We were stopped at the red light, and when the light turned green, we proceeded on through the green light, not knowing that the 18-wheeler that was coming from our left had no brakes. The 18-wheeler collided with the pickup truck, and they both collided with me. Now, fortunately, my vehicle was knocked out of the way, but the other two drivers were not so fortunate. The 18-wheeler was loaded with a load of coal, and on impact, it overturned, and that coal spilled on top of that white pickup truck. When they finally got there and got me out of my vehicle, I stood for more than an hour just watching in horror as they tried to free the gentleman from the pickup truck. You see, I escaped with minor injuries, and the 18-wheeler driver escaped with minor injuries, but the pickup driver, he was not so fortunate. So for more than an hour, I watched in horror as they tried to uncover him and free him from the vehicle. Among all the chaos, there were lights flashing, there were people everywhere, there were cars everywhere, because this was a major intersection. It was a 4-lane crossroad here. And as I looked down among all the chaos, at some time I looked down beside the back wheel of my vehicle, and just out from it, among the coal and the glass and all the debris, lay a penny. And I remember thinking, what a strange place for a penny in the middle of this huge, busy intersection. How did that penny get there? Well, I didn't give the penny another thought. Someone asked me something, or I was distracted by something. And I didn't think about it again until later that night in the hospital. I was in triage, and there was a nurse taking my medical history. And I looked down, and on that shiny white hospital floor lay a penny. And I reached down and I picked it up and I handed it to the nurse, and I said, "Here's you a penny. You deserve so much more for being a good nurse for me tonight. But all I have is a penny, so I'll give you this penny that I found." And she just smiled and she said, "Laura, that's not my penny. That's your penny." Because you see, whenever you find a penny, it's a sign that God's with you and He's watching out for you and He's protecting you. Instantly, I remembered the penny at the site of the accident. Now, if the story ended there, it would still be a good story, but it didn't. It gets even better, because 2 days later, I returned to the impound yard to collect my personal belongings out of my vehicle. When I pulled up into the impound yard, I realized that the gentleman's white pickup truck had been towed to the same yard. As I walked around that truck, I was saddened because the last word that I had heard was that he had passed away. The truck had no top. It had no doors. It was just as if you just tried to describe it, it would be like a white piece of paper that had just been crumpled and tossed aside. It was horrific. I walked around and I was just so deeply saddened because I felt helpless, because there was nothing I could do for him at the site of the wreck, and there was nothing I could do for him now. But at the same time, I was so thankful because my life had been spared. And as I walked around that truck looking at it, what do you think I found on the driver's seat? A penny. The good news is, that was on Sunday afternoon. On Monday morning, I received word that he, in fact, had survived. And after 8 long weeks in the hospital, he got to come home. And today he's doing just fine. You see, pennies remind me that I've been given a second chance. And see, you are a second chance testimony. You have a story that needs to be told because it needs to be heard. You have joined an elite group. Michael J. Fox, John Michael Montgomery, Mary Lou Retton, They are all GED graduates. And then my favorite actor and comedian, Mr. Bill Cosby, is a GED graduate. What an inspiration they are. So see, you need to tell your story so others will be inspired and they will be told that they, too, have a second chance. See, all those late nights of studying and all those long hours that you have put in, they're worth it. And look around you. The people that sacrificed for you and the sacrifices that you made, that's what you celebrate tonight, that it's all worth it, and here you are. You have set the foundation to build on. And whatever you build, maybe you're going to go back into the workforce, or maybe you're going to continue your education. Whatever you build, just know that your foundation is set and it is strong and it will support whatever you build. But I tell you what, build tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow you can start building, but tonight you celebrate, because this evening is all about you. And everyone here wants you to just bask in the pride that we all feel for you this evening. Congratulations. I wish you the very best in all your endeavors. But above all, I wish you lots of pennies on your journey to remind you who gives us our second chances.